are going to be played on Monday night, the day this pod comes out. Tonight, I should say. Clippers Nuggets was, in my view, the most enjoyable game of the weekend. I didn't get to see everything because I was traveling and had travel problems both Friday and Saturday. I don't want to get into it.
Can we get a WTU when you travel update?
No, I'm not going to do that, but I'll just know that the last 2 nights I slept in hotels and my suitcase wasn't with me.
Wait, we did get a sleep update though.
Yeah. Well,
playoffs have started, folks.
I don't think we want a Winnie underwear update.
I will just say the toiletries that I bought to get me through one night came in handy the night later.
Were you going back to back with some britches?
No, I stopped at home. I was at home for 6 hours. Anyway, my point is I didn't see chapter and verse of every game. However, I did watch a lot of the Nuggets Clippers game, which was as tight as I expected it to be, went to overtime, and was the full Russell Westbrook experience.
There was a lot of Russ in all senses of the phrase.
You can't trust Russ, but you can always trust Russ to be Russ. That's my saying with Westbrook.
I want to give credit to a tweet from over the weekend from Kofi, who said, and for this is going to be for listeners who are a little bit older, because I don't know how many people are playing Mario Kart in our
Bob Pettit.
Bob Pettit probably not a Mario Kart player, but this tweet was the most perfect encapsulation of Russell Westbrook, which is Russell Westbrook truly is the item box for Mario Kart. Which, for anybody who played Mario Kart, you hit the item box and it went around and it gave you something, and every time it was something different. And from possession to possession, Russell Westbrook is a Mario Kart item box, let alone game to game. You just have absolutely no idea what he's going to do. I think over the long run, that's going to end up being a huge problem for the Nuggets, just like it's been for every team he's played for, frankly. But in game one, he did just enough to get him over the line.
Yeah. So I think my takeaways from this game are that the Clippers really did not get much from Kawhi Leonard offensively down the stretch of the game. They got nothing. If it's a Zubats. Yes.
Yeah, Avitsa's, it was pretty good, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
For all the accolades that he was all over the ballot for, he was named a finalist for most improved today. He'll probably be on a good chance to be on the all defensive teams. He was not a factor in this game going down the stretch.
They just weirdly went away from him.
Yeah,
I thought that was the craziest thing.
He had
was dominating the game.
Yeah, had a hell of a game, and then it was. Yeah,
there was in the fourth quarter, in overtime, it was just they kept running all these pick and rolls for other guys, and he just was standing in the corner. It was really
fine.
Weird.
That's fine, but the Nuggets got all the loose balls. There was a bunch. I think he got one.
They got those in part. They got those in part because he was out on the perimeter, and Russell Westbrook and Aaron Gordon were flying in there against smaller guys and getting the ball. I think an adjustment they have to think about in game two, the Clippers, is to have Ivica Zubac on Aaron Gordon in those spots and have Derek Jones or Nick Batum or somebody on Jokic on the perimeter, and then have Zubac down there to get some of these rebounds, because that was the biggest problem. They had all these small guys and they were just getting bullied.
Aaron Gordon was bullying James Harden on the boards.
For the Nuggets to win this game when Porter hit a shot,
Well, he didn't play him. He played Russell Westbrook over him.
Okay, well, he played 26 minutes and hit a shot.
Well, right, I know, but down
for the Nuggets to win when Porter's a complete non-factor like that,
that was a tough loss for the road team to play that well in that game and have it, come down to it and not get a win. And it's especially in a series that's this tight. Clippers obviously still have a great chance to win the series. They're a really good team, but that one really hurts to be on the road, to be that close and not get it done.
But down the stretch, Russ is making stuff happen. He's grabbing offensive rebounds. He's getting loose balls. The guy was 5 of 17. It wasn't the most efficient performance in the world.
He also tried to replicate the Minnesota game all over again with another completely insane shot.
He did.
Less than 10 seconds to go. And somehow Aaron Gordon just had it ricochet to him. It's like, God, what are you doing, man?
You know who I was chatting with a little bit today in OKC at the arena? Barry Trammell. He's at the Tulsa World.
Oh,
Not the Oklahoma
yeah.
anymore, but legendary Oklahoman
friend of the pod,
or Oklahoma columnist. And the guy who Russ would next question every single time, I said, "Hey, man, you might see your boy Russ next round." And he's ready. He's ready. He's an old pro. He ain't scared.
He sure is not.
James Harden had some really big plays offensively down the stretch of this game, but he was the only Clipper who was really making the clutch plays. They had several really rough turnovers. Kawhi had several of them as well. I mean, Harden had a couple turnovers.
7 in the game.
I'm telling you.
You never see Kawhi have 7 turnovers.
But a couple of them were just really inexcusable.
Yeah.
Well, and they wasted a big-time Harden performance. Harden had 32 and 11 with only 2 turnovers. Like, dude, if Harden put up those numbers, you've got to pull out that win.
Well, the interesting thing about this series, right? And I think we talked about it a little bit before it started, but the Nuggets don't really have anybody to guard James Harden. Like, if they were running that pick and roll with Zubac, is part of the reason why I was surprised they stopped running it was because they were getting whatever they wanted in it. Like, Jamal Murray can't really handle him. Christian Brown can't really handle him. They can maybe try Aaron Gordon on him, but like they don't have a good option to put on James. Like, obviously we've seen James go up and down a lot recently in the playoffs, have 2 or 3 good games and 3 or 4 awful ones. But I think this is a series where he's got a chance to eat and be pretty consistently good.
I think I hear Michael Malone bitching about letting KCP go. Oh, wait, they're all gone.
Yeah, well, Christian Brown had some moments in this game too.
Christian Brown's really good. I just don't know if he's a great option to slow down James Harden. They just don't have the kind of guy with the size to really give him problems.
That's got 7 games written all over it, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that series got 7 games.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens Monday night. Like, I would have said that if the Clippers got that game 1, but
I think it's going to be a hell of a series.
It should be a hell of a series for sure.
I think OKC is going to sweep Memphis. I think I'm going to spend about a week at home, resting, relaxing, refreshing.
I think you might need to rotate over to assist Ramona on that.
This guy.
Nope. I think I'm going to just be resting, relaxing,
sipping
cervezas, and snuggling up the old IT department. It's going to be a good week.
This guy goes from saying he's working around the clock to already planning out vacations.
Listen, I'm trying to get a little siesta here.
I
gave a pep talk to the Thunder pregame today. Look what they did, 51-point win.
Listen, you gave the Thunder a pep talk, really?
Listen,
yeah, I said, "Hey, man, give me a damn week off."
Okay.
Listen, obviously the Grizzlies were fatigued, and I think the Heat were a little bit too. They on the stretch of the game I was at here tonight. Which was the Ty Jerome showcase.
Oh, baby.
By the way.
Sure was.
Ty Jerome
free agent this summer.
Yes, everybody in Cleveland's well aware of it. Ty had 28 points in his first ever playoff game, and the Cavs, I mean, this is not a novel strategy, but they really attacked Tyler Hero aggressively, really went after him pretty much anytime. Well, not any time, but a lot of times he got ISO'd, whether it was Darius Garland or Donovan Mitchell. But Jerome went at him several times, and then after he scored on him, he flexed at least twice. Somebody told me he flexed 3 times. I saw him flex twice when he scored on Tyler, and they really aimed to slow Tyler down. Tyler had 38 in the first playing game in Chicago and 30 Friday night in Atlanta, and then he put up 17 in the first half of this game. And then the Cavs just face guarded him and like stuck him on the weak side, and it was a rough night for Tyler with Ty Jerome. And that's what the Cavs players were saying. They were like, this guy comes in the summer, like he's barely hanging on to the NBA. He's just, I mean, Darius Garland's like he was flapping his gums, talking his bleep, and I was like, hold on, buddy, slow down, But he's done it all year, and he got named finalist for sixth man of the year award. By the way, Evan Mobley, who was on the pod last week, Bam Adebayo was really trying to go at him today, but Evan saw him after the game, and he said he enjoyed his time on the pod. And some of the people who are doing polling, not like to the Bontemps standard, but there's some polling being done that shows that Evan's in decent shape based on some people.
Well, I tell you what, there's some anger here in the Plains. Lou Dort, not a finalist. I've heard from good sources. 6'9", 260-pound sources who own bars in the area. that Bontemps is to blame.
Oh yeah, is that right?
That's what I hear. I heard Bontemps in the finals. His scholarship has been revoked.
We'll see about that.
Well, Lou Dort was on my ballot. That's all I got to say.
Xin chào tất cả các bạn. Chào mừng các bạn đã đến với kênh YouTube của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ làm một chiếc video, đó là tô màu những sản phẩm, hoa quả, con vật, đồ vật, vân vân. Các bạn chưa biết sản phẩm gì đúng không? Thì hãy xem hết video của mình nhé. Nếu các bạn thích những sản phẩm nào trong những video thì các bạn hãy comment xuống để mình sẽ làm theo nha các bạn. Và bây giờ chúng ta cùng đi tô màu nào.
Tiếp tục câu hỏi nha bạn.